Bassirou Diomaye Faye is transforming Senegal with these mega projects. Any society in a situation of affliction yearns for deliverance. Africa is indeed in dire straits, and it is not an exception. A people in affliction always look out for a leader to lead them out of bondage. Acclaimed as the savior of his people, newly elected Senegalese president Bassirou Diomaye Faye has taken a sovereign stance as he promises the betterment of his people above every other thing. In today's video, we will be looking at the mega projects that Faye will be launching or continuing to further develop Senegal. Before we continue, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the New Tourist channel to get all updates on Bassirou Diomaye Faye and his plans for a new Senegal. Also, let us know in the comments what you think of Senegal's new president. Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye has ordered his prime minister to draw up an urgent action plan to strengthen the country's flagging economy and finances. Here are some projects that the new regime would most probably be focusing on. 1. The Sangomar Oil Field Project. The Sangomar Field, containing both oil and gas, is located approximately 100 kilometers south of Dakar. The field covers a combined area of 7,490 square kilometers within the Senegalese portion of the Mauritania, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau basin. The field was one of the world's largest oil fields in 2014. Work on the Sangomar field development commenced in early 2020 and first oil production is targeted in 2024. The initial phase is referred to as the Sangomar Field Development Phase 1. This phase will focus on developing the less complex reservoir units and testing other reservoirs to support gas export to shore. Woodside Energy, an Australian company, is the project operator, working with the government of Senegal to develop local capabilities, support training initiatives, offer employment opportunities, and organize capacity-building sessions with Senegalese administration. The Australian company owns 82%, while the Senegalese government only has 18% of the Sangomar project. The Rufisque Offshore, Sangomar Offshore, and Sangomar Deep Offshore joint venture, comprising Woodside and Société des Pétroles du Sénégal, is committed to the development of Sangomar Field in accordance with international industry best practice and relevant government regulations. Production from Phase 1 is expected to be approximately 231 million barrels of oil. The total recoverable oil resources are estimated to be around 500 million barrels over the life of the field. The cost of the project is estimated to range between $4.9 billion and $5.2 billion. Africa Finance Corporation, an infrastructure investor, agreed to collaborate with the government of Senegal to provide $54 million for the project development in August 2023. 2. The Dakar Bus Rapid Transit Project. The Dakar Bus Rapid Transit Project is a comprehensive metropolitan program that aims to provide high-quality transportation. It entails a mass transportation system comprised of large-capacity electric buses that operate solely in dedicated lanes. The BRT project, which began in the fourth quarter of 2023, will cover a route of 18.3 kilometers, traveling through 14 communes and serving around 300,000 people daily. The BRT, which is being funded by both the World Bank and the European Investment Bank, will cut travel time from an average of 95 minutes to 4 to 5 minutes, enabling increased urban mobility and access to employment and markets. This Dakar Bus Rapid Transport prototype project is currently under development, with the contracting process nearing completion. The building of a bus rapid transit corridor as part of the project is expected to improve people's urban transportation. The public transportation network will be built in such a way that it will relieve congestion on congested routes. The massive scale of this project will be reflected in its technical assistance, operating costs, and long-term project monitoring. Residents will be encouraged to pay more attention to traffic safety laws as a result of this effort. 3. Phase 2 of the Regional Express Train. The 19-kilometer connection between Diamniadio and Blaise Diagne International Airport was expected to be finished by the end of 2023, with the addition of 7 more trains. When the line is finished, the 55-kilometer journey from Dakar to the airport will take 50 minutes at a peak speed of 160 kilometers per hour. Firms Equans and Thales are in charge of signaling and electrification, while firms Eiffage, Injai, Enio, and Alstom are in charge of construction. In an interview with Energy Capital and Power, Malik Y, first deputy at the municipality of Sandiara, indicated that the train should eventually reach the city's special economic zone. The contract value is up to $2.4 billion. The Train Express Regional serves 14 stations on a 55 kilometers route. Ridership is estimated at 115,000 passengers a day. The line was built in 2 stages, with the first covering 36 kilometers from the city of Dakar to Diamniadio, while the second stage covering 19 kilometers more to the airport. 4. The Port of Dane. Construction on the planned Port of Dane began in April 2023 and is projected to be completed in 2027, making it one of the major ports in West Africa. The project, which spans over 1,500 hectares, is funded by the Senegalese government with a 40% stake and Dubai Port World with the remaining 60%, as well as help from foreign banks. The port's goal is to accommodate larger vessels and manage more cargo, increasing the transportation sector and cementing Senegal's status as a key economic hub in West Africa. The first phase of development will feature a 5-kilometer marine waterway and a container terminal of 840 meters. A 300-hectare special economic zone will be linked to the port. The Dane Port project in Senegal is set to become West Africa's largest multifunctional port. The first phase will cost about $827 million. The second phase will cost $219 million and will add a 410-meter quay, cargo and fishing terminals, and a ship repair facility. The project aims to emulate the success of Jebel Ali by transforming Dane into a major deepwater port. This marks Senegal's first major port development since gaining independence, with the government holding a stake in the port's container terminal management company. 5. Dakar-Thies Tivayayouane St. Louis Highway. Senegal has started the construction of a 200 km roadway connecting Dakar to Tivayayouane and St. Louis. The project's goal is to increase connectivity in the country's northern areas and make it easier to harness the region's mineral and agricultural resources. The government, the World Bank, the Saudi Fund, and the Societe Generale Banking Group are all contributing to the construction. The highway will be critical in trans-African roadways connecting Tanger to Nouakchott, Dakar to Lagos and Alger, and Nouakchott to Dakar. The Dakar-Tivayayouane St. Louis Highway project addresses the challenges of territorial connectivity and development of economic, mining, tourism, and agricultural potential. The project was approved in November 2022 and is expected to be completed in 2027. The total project cost, including physical and financial contingencies, is estimated at about $1.2 billion. It will be implemented over 5 years and is structured around the following 3 components: highway construction, including road structures, integrated facilities and measures, and project institutional support and management. The project aims to improve levels of service on road links between Dakar and St. Louis, facilitate access in the project's direct area of influence, reduce road accidents in the project direct area of influence, and improve the living conditions of people living in the area. 6. The renovation of regional airports. Following the reopening of the St. Louis Airport, which now has the infrastructure to receive flights from Europe, the airports of Cap Skirring, Kolda, Sedhiou, Cementi, Kaolack, Poder, Bakel, and Lingro will be upgraded to meet regional development standards and to capitalize on their economic and touristic potential. The makeover will serve to enhance tourism in the country. Senegal's Minister of Air Transport and Airport Infrastructure Development commissioned the renovated Ousmane Massac Diaye International Airport in the northwestern region of St. Louis in December last year. The airport was founded in 1927 and was renovated for $173 million. 7. Diamniadio Lake City. Diamniadio is part of the government of Senegal's Collective Development Initiative, led by former President Macky Sall, to reinvigorate the country's economy. The project is now under the stewardship of newly elected President Faye. The new settlement is being built around 30 kilometers south of Dakar, near the Blaise Diagne International Airport, which opened on December 2017. Diamniadio Lake City is one of its suburbs. The development's goal is to relieve Dakar's population pressure. When it's finished, the new city will be linked to Dakar by a 32-kilometer express highway that will cut travel time from 90 minutes to an average of 30 minutes. Diamniadio is also connected to Dakar by the Train Express Regional, which will be part of the link between Dakar and Blaise Diagne International Airport by the end of 2021. The project, which began in 2014, is scheduled to accommodate 350,000 people once completed. If the plans come to fruition, Diamniadio Lake City will be one of Senegal's most advanced urban areas by 2035. The metropolis, which is being built on a large stretch of uncultivated land, is seen as a critical investment in Senegal's future. The government is investing $2 billion in the project, which is just one part of a larger plan to boost the country's economic growth. 8. Port of Bargny-Sendou Project. The port of Bargny-Sendou was built by the Senegalese government to handle the country's substantial import and export quantities of mineral hydrocarbons and cereal products. The project will clear the capital and equip users with a contemporary infrastructure asset that will ease the arrival of large boats, lowering the cost of loading and unloading seaborne items significantly. In its first year of operation, the port will have a capacity of 20 million tons and will handle 15 million tons of cargo. Bargny-Sendou Port is divided into 3 terminals and will cost more than $600 million. The first terminal, which has a capacity of 2.5 million tons, will be used to treat liquid cargoes and will also act as a depot for petroleum products and a gas storage facility. The second terminal, on the other hand, will focus on minerals such as phosphates, iron, bauxite, and zircon. The third terminal will accept items such as grain that has been bagged on site, oilseeds, boiler parts, and building supplies. When all of the development work is completed next year, the port of Bargny-Sendou will be the largest bulk port in the entire West African region. 9. Senegal Municipal Solid Waste Management Project. The Solid Waste Management Project's goal is to improve solid waste management services in chosen regions while also strengthening the country's solid waste management. The initiative is divided into 3 parts: increasing trash management services for great cars, strengthening sector governance and institutional capacity, and improving the livelihood of rubbish pickers. The project will be carried out by the World Bank's financial arm and is scheduled to be completed in 2026. The project will cost at least $294 million. Once completed, the project will considerably improve the country's public administration and trash management. 10. Akin City. The Green City project, dubbed Akin City, is being implemented by the same individual who gave the city its name. The initiative was first unveiled in Senegal in 2018 by Akin and the Senegalese Minister of Tourism. According to the world-famous musician, he was inspired by the film Black Panther, and Akin City is a real-life mechanic that employs the newest blockchain and cryptocurrency technologies. Akin set the groundwork for the start of the green and futuristic Akin City in Senegal in late 2020. The ultra-modern smart city will be built on a 2,000-acre plot of land in a Cambodian beach village near the Leopold Sédar Senghor International Airport, about 100 kilometers from Dakar. The project's first phase was to be finished in 2023. It will include roads, a Hamptons Hospital campus, a Hamptons shopping mall, residences, hotels, a police station, a school, a city dump, and a photovoltaic solar power plant to light the entire area. A metropolis that has been designed with the future in mind. Akin City is envisioned as the most significant project in Senegal's history and will cost about $6 billion. So, there you have it. Those were the 10 most impressive megaprojects in Senegal that Faye will take up. Faye has also promised to free his people from foreign oppression, exploitation, and neo-colonialism. In his inaugural statement, President Faye remarked thus, "On the African level, the scale of the security challenges and the many challenges that we face require us to show greater solidarity. I clearly hear the voice of the uninhibited elites who say loud and clear our common aspirations for more sovereignty, development, and well-being. Alongside my African peers, I reaffirm Senegal's commitment to strengthening efforts for peace, security, stability, and African integration. President Faye should vigorously, without compromise, pursue system change. As he noted, I am aware that the results coming out of the polls expressed a deep desire for systemic change. I am committed by promoting the cult of work, the ethics of management, discipline, and love of the homeland to resolutely and sustainably put Senegal on the path to economic and social progress. Which of these projects do you find most intriguing? Let us know what you think in the comments. Also, do not forget to subscribe to the New Tourist channel for more updates on Africa.